Joe here again. I'd like to show you the new Vortex tool that we're nearing completion on. This one is our liquid and gas sampling tool. This tool differs from a larger liquid and gas sampling tool in that this is fully electrically operated. The idea being you can cycle the sample in and out while you're underwater. It's not like having a bottle, for example, where you've got one shot. Once the pressure differential fills the bottle, that's it. You have to take that back to surface and run with what you got. Whereas this approach allows you to take a sample in, or if you weren't happy with that sample for whatever reason, you want to go to a different location, then you can simply purge that sample out, flush through with the seawater, and go back to another location for another sample. Now we've got an electric motor here, operated on 28 volts. The frame that everything's mounted in is built specifically to mount on the LBV 300 Seabotics small electric ROVs. We've taken this approach due to customer feedback, so they want to use smaller electric ROVs to complete more tasks, and want the tools to suit. So we've come up with this. Now the principle of the operation, of course the electric motor is driving the piston and the syringe backwards and forwards in a suck and blow situation. This is mounted of course under the ROV, the frame, be this on a small electric ROV, or you can mount this on a work class, do whatever you want. We do have a cable that allows this particular tool to plug straight into the Seabotics ROVs for operation. Of course we do have another cable for to allow clients to splice into the work class ROV or whatever other make of ROV that they want to use. So a multiple fitment tool. So it'll be sitting like this inside the in front of the ROV. ROV will fly over the liquid or gas that they want to sample. Simply fills up inside the funnel, and that'll of course displace as it keeps filling inside there. Sucks in through this check valve here, gets sucked into the tool. Now if you want to discharge while you're down underwater, simply reverse the tool, go into blow, that comes out, can't go through this check valve, and comes over this check valve, which is essentially a relief also. It's set to around 12 psi. There's a little bit of hysteresis of course, so you can purge out of a relief valve here while you're underwater, so you can cycle through, flush out any residual air, residual liquid, and just keep functioning the tool over and over until you're happy with it. As I said, it's not like most tools where you've got one shot with a single bottle. Once it's full, and that's it. So you can continuously cycle this tool while you're underwater until you're happy with your sample. Now this gauge I've got here is not normally in use. That's there for the purpose of testing. Once you've got your sample, pistons retract all the way back, recover back to surface. Now when you're recovering back to surface, of course you've got if you've got a gas sample in here, gas is going to expand on its way back up. Now the inherently built safeguard against this is the check valve here. So it's been set at 12 psi. It's always going to blow off on 12 psi as the gas expands and pressure increases inside the tube. Then it's just going to vent itself off and remain at that safe level. So you're not going to recover with any ambient pressure entrapment, increase in pressure whatsoever. It will maintain the same pressure all the way up. So it's quite handy in that respect, and self-governing safety aspect. So once you're up to surface, our sample bottles simply clip into the QD here. You'll function the tool into the blow situation, and that'll blow the sample, be it gas or liquid, into the sample bottle. And again, it's only going to put 12 psi into the sample bottle because it'll be regulated by the check valve here. And away you go, back into the water for another one. Right, so what we'll do is throw it in the water now and show you how she works. You probably have to do a little bit of bleeding of the tool before you head underwater. That's a given, of course. So what we'll do now, we've got it set at 28 volts. We'll go for a retract or sucking in through the funnel. There we go, sucking up through the funnel now. Currently drawing, we've got 28 volts. We're drawing about 1.7 amps, sucking all the way through. Now you can see there's some air trapped here. So if you want to discharge that air, bleed the tool. Of course it's easier if you just tip it upside down. You can do this all on deck, just in a tank if you like, or by putting a hose inside the tool, whatever suits you. Fill it with seawater. So we'll, just for the purpose of showing you, we can discharge that air. We've opened the little valve on the side for bleeding. And there we go, that's burped out the air. There will be a little bit remaining of course, but that can just be cycled out. So we're going for a suck again. There we go, drawing the fluid in. Now of course the same applies, be it if you're drawing in fluid or gas. As I said, we're currently drawing 1.7, 1.8 amps. This will come up to the end and stall out shortly. We've got our piston absorbers, the orange things there. That's going to, alright, we've got to a whisker over 2.5 amps when that's stalled out. So that's come to the end of its travel, and that's drawing up to 0.5 amp as the motor senses it can't go any further and just stalls and won't go any further. So what we can do, we just set that back to the centre position. Now what we want to do is go for a purge or a blow. So you go the opposite direction. Now straight away we're coming up to 2.5 amps. Reason for that being, as you can see here, we've got around about 18 psi on the gauge that we're building up. As I say, there's a bit of a hysteresis in the gauge. So currently we're discharging, we're purging over the relief valve, simulating either emptying into the sample bottle or just cycling underwater. So we're running it at 2.25 amps. We're going to stall shortly at, oh no, that was just under 4 amps stalling. Same again, the motor has come to the end of its stroke. It's drawing approximately 0.5 amp. Quite happy just sitting there, can't go any further. So that is, for example, if you're underwater and you purged out your sample, you want to start again. Now of course you'll see the air in the back, that's replaced by seawater through the bleed ports at the back of the cylinder, so it's balanced out. So the cylinder never sees any really high pressure in there, or never anything over 20 psi for that matter, with the setting that it's got now. So very, very simple operation. Draws very little current. As I say, we've designed it specifically for the smaller Seabotics electric ROVs, becoming very popular now. But it can fit to any other ROV, be it electric or hydraulic, by wiring in through the supplied cables, and very simple operation, away you go. So that's the new oil and gas, or liquid and gas sample tool from Vortex. Of course, like all the rest of our tools, available through Ashdeed Technology. And if you've got any questions, please give us a call. Thank you.